Hello viewers and welcome to a brand new episode of Battlegroup Skunk Works, a series that talks about the various strengths and weaknesses of battlegroup formations you can use in Lancer Battlegroup. In today's episode, let's talk about the Louis XIV Battlegroup. Louis XIV is a battleship good at one thing, not dying. It's a ship where you are basically daring the GM to hit you as hard as possible to even have a chance to destroy you. Not even missile would work well against you, and if the GM decided to focus on someone else, you can also say no for at least one turn. Unfortunately, this also means that the Louis XIV is even less flashy than the Muri because of its defensive nature, and as a result I have only received 8 submissions for this episode. Anyway, let's start this off with Battlegroup 5th Rash Shamra, Force Projection, which has the Louis packed full of defensive system like Brace for Impact, Insightful Commander, and Piper drones, which you will see very often, with plenty of firepower spread between all vessels in the battlegroup. It's really hard to go wrong with Caspian Sea and Tolumnia combo for all the firepower, with the former providing lock on every time it screens, as well as Farragut to have the screening frigate protecting twice the ships. With this battle group, you basically want to stay at range 3 and just keep firing. If you get pushed around, you just gain more accuracy from Insightful Commander, which with the short cycle lance batteries that have critical tag, can get very devastating, and if you do crit a target, the Ace Squadron with Shipkiller can reliably finish off the weakened target. And if possible, you could console Senior Officer for reserves such as Seconded Vessel to upgrade Farragut's secondary turret to Destroyer Escort thanks to its modular slot, which basically works the same but more. And if you do get advancements, you are recommended to get Liberator's Shield to ignore a negative effect or Interstellar Expeditionary Cross to not get pushed around. These can further enhance the capability of this battle group or any Louis battle group really. Next up, Battlegroup Iron Curtain didn't just have another Louis that's packed for defense, but also a pair of Hurons, which have the Flak screen trait that makes any wing or escort that attacks this battle group to be in a world of pain. Missile also doesn't work thanks to Louis's Aegis, and the pair of Huron also have Harbinger laser, bringing out more damage as the long cycle lance charges up. In general, this is another battle group that likes to stick around at range 3, either shooting up the enemies or board someone unfortunate with its Ace Squadron. This battle group also uses Ebro, one of the only capitals so far that can be found in Lancer Battlegroup Supplement. It's basically the cheapest carrier possible with its capability matching its price, but it still has the 3 free points all carriers has, which is why it can still pack a full Ace Squadron within its hull. Also there's an Onaportum, you can't never go wrong with Onaportum. Battlegroup Technocracy is a Louis battlegroup that basically works in any range except 5 or 0, heavy kinetic batteries plus Destroyer Escort just really hands out a ton of damage, but because of how tanky you are, you absolutely should stay in range 2 so the enemies are forced to deal with you instead of your allies. Also, Missile just plain doesn't want to deal with you, which is why you have Piper drone to redirect them into your invincible face. What if you roll all the ones for interdiction? Well, you didn't because you have single plane shield. If you also have Headstrong, which is just Piper drone but as a legacy, your GM cannot use Missile at all, and if you do get damaged, you have double superior for all the repairs you need. Damage might as well be an urban myth to you. And if your GM tried to get rid of you by pushing you away, remember that Insightful Commander lets you shoot someone for that as a capital offense and you have a conical projector. Don't get shot by a tyrant cannon, nothing can save you from that. Battlegroup Excalibur is a Louis battlegroup designed more as a support, with superior to repair its allies, Caspian Sea for plenty of lock-on, and Kraton Vega for even more lock-on with its targeting laser, as well as Legion Space Schism and Coordinator to provide more aid to your allies. Of course, Murder is still the best support. You have double long cycle primary lance, and primary kinetic batteries always hurt, and if you do get pulled in hard, remember that the Louis might be the only battleship that's nominally optimized for ramming speed, because it can actually survive the attempt. Legacies such as Lucky is recommended for the Louis, because a battleship with 17 defense is hilarious, though you might want Cursed or Indomitable for other more fragile frigates. Battlegroup Gothic is a Louis battlegroup with 2 conical projectors. I think you can already see where this is going. With Aggressive Commander, you are always moving forward, and if your enemies try to move your allies instead, no they didn't, and every time you get pushed forward, you get overshield, which to simply put, you are basically indestructible, with single plane shield and Piper drone to force as many missile in your way as possible. Destroyer Escort also provide encirclement, a tactic that lets you move, so you don't need to use maneuver to move forward and instead just keep firing. To simply put, this battle group just wants to brawl with an enemy and either come out winning or come out destroyed. Either way, Your allies will probably be a lot safer. Battlegroup. A certain Meteoric Railgun is a very funny Louis battlegroup because someone realized, any overshield works for Louis's trait. This includes goddamn space rock, as litho screen from Sandstorm. Vanguard can provide 5 overshield twice, with the benefit of causing some hostiles to suffer litho breaking if they deplete it. It also gives more interdiction, as if Louis needs more of it. The goal of this battle group is to move forward, annoy enemy with your Ace Squadron Ultra Instinct Pod to make them less likely to fire at you, keep moving forward, and then at range 2, emergency burn to range 1, and then use slingshot to move into range 0 and introduce blunt force trauma to your target much like Kane did to his brother. And it gets worse, see that subaltern combat cruise, it gives your battle group 1 extra tactics, call your cruiser for local kill screen, and with NHP co-pilot, your Ace Squadron can also Shipkiller someone in the same turn. If something doesn't die from this ridiculous amount of damage, I call bullshit. Afterward, you have double conical projectors, you know what to do. Battlegroup Spring Rain is just a firing squad, with double spinal pedicle kinetic on the Kraton and the reliable long cycle lance on the Louis, with Legion Space Coordinator and Echo Praxic Imago to support your allies and annoy the enemies. You also have veteran crews to reroll your big shots, but if you are focusing on support and being this far away from the fight at range 4, you might as well just get Piper Drone. This build mostly works because the GM will probably give up attacking you due to you having a Louis, so you can just hand out extra tactics with the Coordinator, and if someone does get targeted hard, just use Aegis. You also have Onaportum to potentially turn a hit into a kill. Finally, there's Battlegroup Grief, designed to make the GM accept that you can just say no, but that's like all of the Louis battlegroups at this point. Superior for repair, Huron to shoot anyone that gets too close, Farragut for all the screening as well as a boarding Ace Squadron to shut down enemy's gun, and then there's the Louis itself that can keep allies from being moved with Legion Space Schism, Brace for Impact to take even bigger hit, Insightful Commander to just disencourage enemies from moving you, and Piper Drone to force missiles to fly your way. It might not deal a lot of damage, but it sure can tank. And that's all 8 Louis XIV battlegroups finished reviewing. The Louis is indeed a very niche ship, one focused on being very defensive, but the same toughness can lets it supports its allies by taking all the attentions head on, or even be used by an aggressive commander to charge head on and brawl at range that would spell death for other capitals. Anyway, the next topic is gonna be the Thorough, so expect a lot of guns. That's all for now, and I will see you all next time. Hello there, if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and click that notification bell button. If you really want to support my channel, you could visit my Patreon page, or buy me some coffee, links in the description. Anyway, have a nice day.